What's up, folks? Thanks to the recent 12.2 patch and the release of a bunch more weapon attachments, we're now able to turn these regular SVDs into these beasts here. We finally have a rail system that allows for any optic, a suppressor, the ability to swap pistol grips, and much more. So we'll go over where to find these new mods, how to set them up on your weapon, and we'll go over all the new ammo types for this caliber as well. This gun is incredibly powerful, and with the right ammo can one-shot almost any target in the thorax or head. You can buy the base model SVD from Prapor Loyalty Level 3 for a little over 90,000 rubles, but I find that if you check on the flea market, you can often find them from players for quite a bit less. Let's get to the modding. Previously, all you could really do with this weapon was put any dovetail-based sight or mount onto it, and you could also swap out the 10-round mags for 20s, and that's pretty much it. Now we finally got a suppressor option, the Rotor 43 7.62x54 muzzle brake. This is actually the only muzzle brake there is for the gun right now, but at least we have a suppressor. This thing will run you about 50k, and then you also need the Rotor 43 thread adapter to put it on. Blam. We also just got this new Mk1 Freefloat Chassis for the SVD. This is huge. So now you see we got this giant rail on top. You can put just about any sight in the game on there. Basically any non-dovetail sight will go right onto this. And then you have a whole bunch of key mod slots. So now you can put foregrips, flashlights, lasers, and all sorts of stuff on it. And to use this chassis, you also need to pick up the new dust cover. It's got this little spring thing on it. It's just called the SVDS custom dust cover. Now to get those on, you just want to remove the old dust cover and the old handguard. It's called the upper band. Now these things can go right on. Now there's still only 2 magazines available for this, just the 10 rounders that it comes with and 20s, so I always like to upgrade to 20. These really aren't that expensive, and it'll definitely save you in a pinch. You can also swap out the pistol grip on this for any AK platform pistol grip. So the default one has 5 ergonomics, so honestly just about any other pistol grip you put on here is going to be better than that. They've got the brand new KGB MG47 pistol grip. This thing's super cheap, it gives 9 ergo. If you want best in slot right now though, the RK3 pistol grip is 13 ergo. It's only like 8k, so in my opinion there's really no reason not to put this on. The SVD has really low ergonomics as it is, so anywhere you can get a boost is super helpful. There's also the MOE pistol grip. This used to have more ergonomics than the RK3, but they actually just nerfed it down to 12. Now the RK3 is your best bet. Now to get a grip on there, you're not going to be able to just put it right on because the chassis has a bunch of key mod slots on it like we were saying earlier. So you'll need to get something like a 6-inch, the Strike Industries key mod 6-inch guide. That'll allow you to put any grip right onto it. I've been using the RK one just because it's kind of nice. It has a good balance of recoil and ergo, 4 and 4. But it's actually getting quite expensive. I think this was like 30k. You could actually get an RVG black grip for like 10k, and this thing's got 1 less recoil reduction but 3 more ergo, so this is probably a better bang for your buck, to be honest. There's a whole lot of grips out there though. You can just toy around with it and put on your favorite one. Now same thing with lasers and flashlights. If you want to get them on, you just got to get a little key mod guide for it. This little 2-inch Vitor CASV will do it. Throw it right on. It's going to default to the right side, but I actually kind of like it to line up with the barrel when I'm going to use a laser, so I like to line it on the bottom. It'll just give you a little bit better accuracy. Now you can put just about any non-dovetail sight on top of this massive rail on the chassis here. As you can see, you'd have to take the chassis off if you want to use the old school dovetail sights. If you want to use the thermal scope I was using in the intro, it's called the FLIR, F-L-I-R, RS32. But you could slap like a Valde or whatever you want on there. And then if you want an extra kind of canted sight, you can get an NC Star NPR 45 backup mount, and that'll let you put any little reflex sight on it. This way, just get rid of these. You can kind of swap between your long range and kind of angled for your short range. It's pretty sweet, like all-rounder. I really like this build for reserve. Now for a little bit of a cheaper build, you could forego the new chassis system, just still put the RK3 pistol grip on there, I would say, for the extra ergo and the 20-round mag. And then you could just toss on like a PSO scope, or if you want to get any other scope on there, there's a new SVD low side mount. So this thing has a super low profile, as the name suggests. Before, if you were to use like this Cobra. You can see how it's kind of like risen way up from the gun. It's kind of annoying. But if you put on the new low profile one, you can see any sight you put on there will be like super nice and close to the gun. That'd be a good way to get a long range sight on there. Another cool thing you could do though is if you take off the rear sight, get a TTO1 rear sight weaver adapter. That'll let you put your reflex sight of choice right on there. Pretty cool. Well, I actually did default to the TTO1. This is what I was using on the in the little factory run earlier in the video. So this is nice and cheap. I like the setup quite a bit. You can still throw a suppressor on there if you really want to. I mean, I primarily play solo, so I highly prefer it, but that's totally up to you. And I'll take that off for a sec. There's another cool new scope too, the KMZ 1P59. This scope is like super cheap. I think I bought it for like 12K, and then you would just need this little dovetail mount for it. It's just called the KMZ 1P59 dovetail. Stick those together and slap that right on. This will give you a super long range scope for not very much money at all. Let's talk ammo. And if you're enjoying the video or finding it helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for future EFT guides. If you're going to be sniping, I highly recommend sticking to rounds that have more than 80 damage, since you'll be able to one-shot a full health target with a well-placed chest shot if the bullet penetrates. Of these 3 rounds that have over 80 flesh damage, 7N1 has the best stats overall by a bit, but is also the most expensive of the 3 and gives a slight penalty to recoil. The new T46M rounds are very cheap, but also are a tracer, which will make you very easy to spot, so use these at your own risk. LPS GZH is pretty cheap and may well be your best overall budget option. Now, if you're going into an area like labs where you expect a lot of closer range fights with heavily armored targets, the SNB ammo has 62 pen and will easily shred through any armor in the game, and is also fairly inexpensive. There's also the new 7N37 ammo with 70 pen, but since there is currently no body armor in Escape from Tarkov over level 6, this is basically just overpen at the cost of some damage and isn't currently worth using just yet, in my opinion. The SVD, while expensive, is a force to be reckoned with, so hopefully this guide will help you make the best of it. I stream raids live on Twitch several days a week and would love to have more of you drop by, so I'll leave a link for that in the description below. If you're enjoying these gun modding videos and would like to see another one for your favorite gun, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and stay safe out there.